Hello and welcome to another video by SDK Retro. Okay, got this old junk type 4-gang adapter. Needs a bit of TLC, I think. Get it working again. It's got shorts in it and everything, and I believe it's just purely because of all gunk and everything, you know what I mean? It's like out of an old garage. So I'm going to give this a clean up and kind of try and sort that out. Turns out that they've got security bits for screws. Luckily I have the security bit for them, so I'm just going to use that. Yeah, so majority of this is just dust. That'll probably cause shorts on the connections and all sorts of problems, and if you leave it later on, that would end up in fire and awfulness. Luckily it's not that big of a deal to sort it. It's literally a case of cleaning. There doesn't seem to be any real major league shorts that have gone and broken anything, and it's literally plates of metal, strips sort of thing, going across and making joins. That's basically it really. So really simple, really basic, and it just requires a good little bit of cleaning. Now the cleaning of this is fairly straightforward. I've just shoved some cleaning fluid in there. I'll leave that soak for a bit. These are a little bit of a different story. When you think about electricity, you don't want to mix electricity and water, but without any electricity this is actually fine to have water in, as long as you make sure it's 100% dry by the time you actually use any electricity on it. Now that's not saying get a load of rust creating particles and mash it all up completely. That's saying add a little bit of liquid to it is not a problem, as long as you make sure it's dry afterwards and no oxidization or anything. Now that being said, if you have a look here, we've got some green sort of bits where the copper's kind of gone a bit tarnished. So you can see that properly. There we go. Now I've removed all the metallic bits from this plastic casing because it's a different type of stuff I'm going to be putting on the metal than there is on the actual plastics. The plastics can literally, if you wanted to, go in your dishwasher or go well, presumably they're dishwasher safe, but in general these things can pretty much be soaked in water and whatever, because they'll be dried before they're actually anywhere near any metal. As for the metal, there's a few different ways of doing this. Tarnish, you can get actual stuff for getting rid of tarnish off copper and stuff like that. Now one way is actually vinegar, funnily enough. It's a bit mad, but so we'll have a little mess with them and try and clean off the tarnish and get them nice. And these will be mostly just soaked in sort of soapy water and stuff. Okay, after the first rendition without any major league detergents or anything, it's actually made quite a difference. There's obviously some grounding dust and dirt in there that needs to be done, but in general plastics are starting to kind of come up nice, obviously. Now I haven't even soaked these or anything, I've just given them a quick swill and a scrub with a scouring type sponge, not even a proper scour or anything, obviously, so it leaves scratches all over it. Now what you can use is an old toothbrush to get into these little bits and pieces. I don't actually have one to hand right this second, but I will be getting onto that. And you literally just give it a quick scrub over. These are the plastic parts. You can soak them overnight if you want in some warm water. That'll kind of lift off all the crap anyway. And then give them a quick scrub afterwards and swill them, and you've pretty much got a nice setup then. Once you've done that, you'll end up sort of like with clean but wet stuff. So you then put them on paper towels, give them a little dry out, tap them out a bit, and then leave them to air dry for a while. And then you'd be moving on to these as you were doing that, and you'd kind of like, what I'm going to do is get some vinegar on them and see how they come up. Okay, finally got it back together and dried. It's pretty much a bit better quality as far as actual cleanliness is concerned, and the contacts are all scrubbed out and sorted. I've gave the wire a bit of a going over, so it's not quite so messy as it used to be. The plug has been completely scoured like mad. I do, however, have to get hold of another fuse, because apparently the fuse was gone in it as well. Obviously that would have blown out and sort of like had a load of other issues here and stuff, but basically once I've got the fuse in, we'll plug it in and we'll try it out. Okay, I've popped in the shed. I have managed to get a pack of fuses. Just going to pop the toolbox together again. That's fine. Okay, that was all good fun in the shed. So we've got some mixed fuses here. It's an actual sort of a 13 amp type jobby, so I can just grab a 13 amp fuse out of this pack and I'll pop that in. Okay, managed to test all 4 connectors and we're all good. I suppose you want an actual sort of, you know, view of it doing something. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've plugged it into this, might get the light on. There we go. So I've plugged it into this 4-gang here, coming along here. And now, see this computer? Let's plug it into randomly, arbitrarily one of these lot. Okay, and give it some power. Let's turn off the not too light. Can you hear that beeping? There we go. So we're powering this up now, perfectly fine. And I've tested all sockets and they all seem to work perfectly after the restoration. So that's about it really. Remember, if you want more repair and restoration videos, remember to put the like on the video, a little thumbs up somewhere down below this video, and subscribe to the channel.